Y'all already know the vibes, man. Back with another video. Chapter 2 of the Train and Gain course. We got candlesticks. It's that time. It's that time. And y'all hear the Drake in the background. I gotta bump that new Drake for y'all. You know it. You know it. Every time it's gonna happen.
And nobody cares until they in front of your tombstone. Y'all been on that type of timing for too long. Iceman, Tiffany, Blue Stones. I done made plenty shit right out of two wrong shit.
Let's go.
Let's go. Let's go. Let's go.
It's our year, man.
Let's go. Let's go.
As always.
Yeah. Let's go.
Never stops.
Yeah. Let's go. Let's go. What did I miss? When I was looking at y'all and cooking with y'all and giving out verses and bookings to y'all, making sure wise with Hitman.
What did I miss?
When you was all in my crib, looking at hoes, word for word at all of the shows, you always felt like this, man.
What did I miss? Alright, let's get into the video. Let's get into the video. So, without further ado, chapter 2, that was a bar. Candlesticks. So we talked about broker in chapter 1, and here we're just gonna simply keep this, fairly simple. All these videos, right? Like this is the main video as of right now, and as we continue to go, or as I continue to go, I'll probably come back and edit these videos and try to make them better if I can. But this will be chapter 2, which will have its own like playlist vault of videos that strictly might just be dealing with candlesticks, right? So this is just one of the many videos that is going to be in this section of, the vault, which is, chapter 2, candlesticks. So like I said, there just will be multiple other candlestick videos that will go along with this video. But this video is the main thing. So the main thing we're going to talk about here is candlesticks and just understanding candlesticks. So anyways, let's get into it. So what we have here is 2 candles, right? So we have with the charts, right? We know with price action moving up and down, price action is creating candles. That's what those things that you see moving up and down the screens are that are printing us money. That's what they are. They're candles, right? The candles move up and down. You have a bullish direction. You have a bearish direction, right? Bullish is going up. Bearish is going down. Right? So what we're looking at right here are 2 candles. We are looking at a bullish candle and we're looking at a bearish candle. A bullish candle is more than likely going to be green and a bearish candle is more than likely going to be red. You can change these candle colors on TradingView or whatever platform you're using. But the main thing you want to understand right now is that these candles, right? If they're moving upwards, right? If price is going up, it's going to be a bullish candle or whatever color you want that candle to be. If price is going down, which is this candle right here, if price is going down, then it's going to be a bearish candle, right? So the green candle here is a bullish candle and the red candle here is a bearish candle, right? So when we're looking at price and these candles are printing on the screen, and I'll get over to the charts here in a second and show you guys exactly what it looks like. Like I said, my colors on my chart are different than what they are like for most people's, because I just change the colors just because, it's just something I want to do. So, you can change your colors of your candles if you want to. I'm not a big fan of the color red. From just what I've heard, psychology wise, it's not good to like see red. So, I don't even take any chances with that. I go ahead and change that color of that candle. So, but like I said, you can do whatever you want with those candles. That's not the big point that you need to understand. What we need to understand is, how does a bullish candle open and close and how does a bearish candle open and close, right? And just all the other things that kind of go into a candle. So what we have here in our candlestick chart is we have let's just talk about this bullish candle right here first, the green one. Right. So on this candle, we have a high of a candle, which is this wick right here. Right. And this little black line, and this shows it over here. It's like tail from the body of the candle is called a wick. Like I said, it explains it over here, but we're over here right now. So this is the high of the candle. Right. So this is the highest point that it went right here where you see this line at. This is the body of the candle. Right. And this is the low of the candle down here at the bottom. Right. So this candle at some point was all the way down here. And then it pushed back up to here. And that may be hard for a beginner to understand right now from this diagram, but I will show you here in a second, right? And then we also have our candle open and we have our candle closed, right? So if a candle is bullish, right? Remember this, write this down if you need to. If a candle is bullish, a candle is going to open at the bottom and close at the top. That means the price is going up. So if a candle is bullish, the candle is going to open at the bottom and close at the top. That means it is bullish, right? So we have an open here at the bottom and we have a close here at the top, creating a green candle, right? So now let's come over to our downside candle, right? This is a bearish candle. This candle is red, right? And like I said, we have a wick here, which is the little tail hanging from the candle, right? And all candles, most of the time, they're going to create some type of wick, right? So we have the wicks here, you got the higher wick, you got the lower wick, we got the body close here at the bottom, and we got the open here at the top. Now we have the open at the top and the close at the bottom because that is a bearish candle. Write that down. A bearish candle is going to have an open at the top and a close at the bottom. That is going to create a bearish candle. Open at the top, close at the bottom, right? And when I go over to the charts, this will make a little bit more sense when I show it to you there as well, right? And then we have the wick, and like I said, here is your high, and here is your low, right? So boom, pretty simple to understand. Those are candles. Those are the things that we see printing across the screen that we, essentially make all of our money from. So, all right, so now that we're on the charts, I can show you guys from here what these candlesticks look like, right? And we have another chapter where we'll talk about time frames, but you see all the time frames up here, right? Every time frame is going to print candles, right? Every time frame. 1 minute time frame is printing 1 minute candles. 2 minute time frame is printing 2 minute candles, right? 5 minute time frame are creating 5 minute candles. All these candles here on the 5 minute time frame are created every 5 minutes, right? 30 minute candles, these candles are created every 30 minutes, right? Hour candles, these are created every hour. These are created every day. These are created every week. And then there's more time frames down here. Months, blah, 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 blah. You have all that there, right? So all these candles, like I said, are being printed based on whatever time frame that you're looking at, right? So right now we're looking at the weekly time frame, right? So this candle right here, this last candle, took a whole week to open and close. Simple as that. Took a whole week. This is a week-long candle, right? So, let's see here. So yeah, so what we're looking at with these candles, right? And my candles, as you can see, my green candles are bullish, which means we're going up, and my blue candles are bearish, which means we're going down, right? And what you see with these candles is you see all different shapes and sizes of candles. You see candles with a lot of a wick, right? With, a lot of wick. And then you see candles with a lot of body. You see small candles. You see big candles. All sizes are welcomed here. So, and right now we're looking at the market live. Apple looks like making somewhat of a move, but we are not going to be trading this right now because I'm focused on this video. So either which way, right? So with the candles, what we have here is what you see on this blue candle. Let's zoom in a little bit here, right? We have the body, which is the big part, the solid part of the candle, right? We have the wick, which is that little tail hanging from the top. That's an upper wick, and we have a bottom wick right there. You see these on all the candles right here, right? You see a body and you see a wick, right? With a candle that is going to the downside, this is a blue candle. So for me, for someone else that's looking at TradingView on default settings or whatever, this candle may be red, but I've changed my candle colors to blue being bearish candles, green being bullish candles. So as you see here, this candle is a blue candle. So that means this candle opened here at the top and closed here at the bottom. Remember, a candle that is bearish is going to open at the top, close at the bottom, right? So a close down here at the bottom means a blue candle, right? And a close down here at the bottom means that this candle is a bearish candle, right? For this candle right here, even though this candle is not closed yet, if it were to close right now, close right where it's at, it would be a bullish candle, which means it opened up here and closed up here, right? Because it's green, we know it's a bullish candle. Because it's blue, we know it's a bearish candle, right? So this candle right here opened here at the top, closed here at the bottom. It came all the way down here where you see this wick at, but rejected away from this area and pushed right here and closed here. And then the next candle opened, boom, right? Opened up here, and it looks like it maybe shot up here, rejected away from there, and came down here, rejected away from there, and closed right there. And boom, next candle forms, right? So remember, a bearish candle is going to open at the top, close at the bottom. A bullish candle, like you see here on the screen, is going to open at the bottom, close at the top, right? So this candle right here is just now open. We do not have any clue which way it's going to close because it hasn't closed yet, but it opened here, right? So if it opens here and closes down here, it's going to be blue. If it opens here and closes up here, which I think this candle probably will close up here somewhere, it's probably going to be green, right? The reason I'm saying that is because there's a fair value gap right here, right? So this area probably will get retested, maybe. Just depends. But like I said, I'm not really paying too much attention to what's going on right now on these charts. But just to know, just see those things. I see it. Either which way. Okay, so candles, right? Understanding that, pretty simple. We're just remembering that on a bearish candle, we open at the top, we close at the bottom. Bullish candle, we open at the bottom, we close at the top. Pretty simple. And like I always say, you guys have to make sure, you all have to make sure that you're doing your own due diligence and doing your own research on these candles and just getting a better understanding for what they are. But that's what we're looking at. We're essentially just watching these candles print up and down the screen, right? And there's two types of candles. There's a bullish candle and there's a bearish candle, right? That's it. There's different types of candles, right? Like you have hammer candles, you have wedges, and I can give you guys like a little bit of a look on that, right? Like here's some candle patterns that you can look at. Like I said, do your own research, do your own studying on these little things. I'm not going to go over all of this in this video because that would make this entirely too long. But just go through these candles and get an understanding for what they are and what they mean, right? A hammer, inverted hammer, hanging man, shooting star. I mean, just understand all of these different candlestick patterns because you're going to see them on the chart, right? And a lot of times you'll hear me, especially as we go further into chapters and we start talking more about the strategy, you'll hear me talk about those candles a little bit more, right? But I'm not going to get into all those candle patterns really right now exactly. But I will tell you this. The main candle that I look for a lot is, and like I said, they all have different names for them, but what I kind of call it is a rejection candle, right? And I'm looking for these candles mainly with my strategy to get my entry is I'm looking for this type of candle rejecting from an area, right? Usually the candle is like coming down to that area I'm expecting to reject from. And then once it starts rejecting, pushing back up like that, it's creating that wick, right? That's showing me that we rejected this area. And based on the strategy, fair value gap, whatever it is, and I'm, rejecting off of here, I'm getting my entry off of that with my stop loss below that. But I'm specifically looking for this type of candle right here, right? Which is, it can be a hammer, it can be, like I said, I just mainly call it a rejection candle. There's so many different ways that you can look at this stuff and understand it. But for me, like, I just call it a rejection candle. When I see two candles like this, I call it like a double bottom. This is called a tweezer, but I just call it a double bottom. This is a tweezer top, right? I don't really use that too much, but it's just good to know with this information what these things are. Right, so like I said, take your own time, do your own due diligence to study these things and understand these things, just so when you see them come across the chart, you know exactly what you're looking at, right? So, so yeah, that's going to be it. Candles, gotta love candles. That's how we make our money, is we watch these things print up and down the screen. So, I'm trying to make sure that I went over everything. So let's just do a quick diagram real quick of one of these candles, right? Since I've got y'all here. So let's do this here, right? So right here, it's a quick test. Quick test for you. Oh God, that's not what I wanted. It's not what I wanted, people. All right, this is what I'll do. All right, so right here, number one on this candle right here, this blue candle that I'm over top of right now. Number one, I want to know what this is, right? What's number one? What do you call number two? Right? And I'm talking about what's right beside the number, right? And what do we call number three, right? And then I also want you to be able to locate the open, and I'll move this number one up here because that stands for this little thing right here coming off the candle, right? You need to be able to write that down, type it out, and I'm gonna give you guys the answers, but while you're watching this right now, go ahead and write out the answer. See if you're correct, right? So, and I also want to know the open and close of the candle. Where are the open and close? Well, I'll tell you where they are, but which one is which, right? I've told you where the open and close are. Which one is which, though? Is it close up here or is it close down here? Is it open up here or is it open up there? Okay, which one? Which one? Which one? All right, so I'll give you guys just a second to answer that. Write those down or pause it, and then I'm going to go ahead and give you the answers. Pause it if you need to, and I'm going to give you the answers. Right? So here is the wick. Number 2 is the body. Number 3 is a wick. Because it's a bearish candle, this is the open. Bearish candles open at the top and they close at the bottom. All right, so we have our body right here. We have our bottom wick right there. And then we want this back so we can get all this extra stuff off the screen. Perfect. All right, so we have our top wick here, we have our bottom wick there, we have the open, we have the close, and we have the body. Simple as that. Right? Simple as that on a bearish candle. Right? So now let me find a, here, you guys can screenshot that as well. Take that information, learn from it, study it. I mean, that's pretty simple. Pretty simple stuff for you to understand. You should understand this like off after the, if you're still struggling on what the body, the open and the close is of a candle, you're just not taking the time to like really pay attention. It's very simple. Bearish candles are going down, which means they're going to be a blue candle for me. They may be a red candle for you, whatever color it is. When it's going down, it's going to open at the top and it's going to close at the bottom. It's going to close underneath where it opened at. And the candle will be red or blue. For me, it's blue. Right? If it's the opposite, if it's a bearish or bullish candle, price is going up, right? It's going to open at the bottom and close at the top. Right? So I'm going to mark up here now a bearish candle. And I apologize here. This is actually a bullish candle, not bearish, right? So this is a green candle going to the upside. So this is a bullish candle. Right? So as we see here, we have, and I'm gonna let you all mark it up first. So let's see if you guys can get it right. See if you're right, and I'm gonna write down the answers again. 2, sorry. 2 is the body. Oh, I just gave you the answer. 3. And then we want to know, where is the close? And where is the open? All right. So take your time, fill that out, pause it, whatever it is. You can use the arrows as like, yeah, we'll just say 4. And we'll just say 5. Should have did that on the other one, but oh well. All right, so I'm going to answer these now, okay? So here, again, we have a wick. It's number 1. Number 2, we have the body. Okay, what just happened? There we go. 2, we have the body. 4, we have open. Number 3, we have a wick. And at number 5, we have close, right? Simple as that. We have a bullish candle, which means price is going up. Okay, and because we have a bullish candle, that means price had to open here at the bottom. Price opened at the bottom and closed at the top. Okay, on a bullish candle, price is going to open at the bottom and close at the top. That's it. Right? That's it. Don't overcomplicate that. Don't make it too much more than it is. The candles print on the screen up and down no matter what time frame you're on. Right? 1 minute time frame makes 1 minute candles. 2 minute time frame makes a candle every 2 minutes. 3 minute time frame makes a candle every 3 minutes, and so on and so forth. Every 15 minutes a candle's being made. Right? Here on the daily, every day, 1 candle is being made. This candle is made in 24 hours. It takes 24 hours to make this 1 candle. Right? It takes 4 hours to make this 1 candle here. Right? This candle right here takes 1 hour to make this candle right here. The candle that it's currently making. We still have 50 minutes left in this candle. This candle is going to move here up and down for the next 50 minutes. Right? The 1 hour candle. I want to add this when it comes to the daily time frame that I showed you guys. It's 24 hours. It's actually only 8 hours because with the stock market, it's only open from 9:30 to 4. This is a 3-minute candle. Right? Our most recent 3-minute candle is going to move up and down, okay, for 3 minutes until it closes. I'm actually on replay mode, so, but you guys get the point, right? Or at least I hope so. And if you don't, comment on the video, let me know that you're not understanding, and I'll try to recreate it and make it make more sense if possible, right? But it's pretty simple. This video is about candles. And like I said, you want to understand where the body is. You want to understand where the wicks are. You want to understand where the open and closes are of each candle, right? Like I said, a bullish candle, which is going up. That means the candle is green, right? At least on my screen, it's one of these green candles. And that means it's going up. That means it opened at the bottom and closed at the top. If it's a bullish candle, which means it's going down, or bearish candle, which means it's going down, that means it opened at the top and closed at the bottom, right? That is a bullish candle or bearish candle, okay? I get those mixed up, like just talking about it so much all the time. So, like I said, bullish is going up, bearish is going down. So hope that makes sense. Hope you guys understand that. Like I said, this is just one of the many videos that I'll probably be in here in the candles playlist section of the chapter. As I continue to go and continue to make more content and more educational videos on these things. If it's something dealing with candles, I'll drop it right here in the candles playlist. So that way you guys can have all the information that really ever comes across my mind to like teach and show people certain things. Or there might be something I see one day while trading that has to deal with just like a candle pattern or something like that. I'll drop it here in this candle section. Right. So yeah, other than that, that's the candle video. Hope that helped in some way, shape, or form. Any questions, make sure you leave your comments, concerns, all the good stuff on the video or in the Discord. If this video makes it to YouTube, as always, the link is below. Join the Discord for completely free, where it's a whole lot easier to get in contact with me and ask your questions and things like that. That way I can get back to you a whole lot quicker than probably what I'll get back to you if you comment on this video. But commenting on this video as well will help you. Will help me help you. So just let me know whatever questions you might have, and I'm here to help you out. So other than that, like I said, as always, peace and love. It's your boy. We out.